Hello, everyone. Welcome to Because You Watched. I'm Jacquis Neal.
I'm Hillary Ann Matthews.
I'm Ali Ghandour.
So, what are we watching? A lot of television out.
Well, as a follow-up to something that we talked about on this podcast several weeks ago, Ali and I actually watched Trainwreck Poop Cruise.
We did our homework.
Ooh, we watched Poop Cruise.
We watched Poop Cruise.
I was on a cruise recently within the past 2-3 weeks.
Which cruise was that?
I went on a Carnival cruise.
Okay.
The Firenze.
The Firenze, okay.
Firenze.
So not the Sunrise,
So not the Sunrise, which
would have
they-
been the refurbished Carnival Triumph, which was
Yes.
the boat
Wow,
that got poop cruised.
you have like a real encyclopedia.
You know.
You got to keep track because otherwise
cruise
you might
guy
end
now.
up on a
You might
boat
be on a
that
poop
was
cruise.
formerly a poop vessel. You know.
You might be sleeping on a bed that was in some poop.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
This was the Firenze.
The Firenze.
How was
it?
it?
Yes. It was a beautiful boat. Small boat for the amount of people they had on the boat. Proud to say, all the poop went down the drain.
Wow.
That's good.
I can
Number
hear the
one.
pride in your voice as you say that.
I was listen. Have you guys ever been on a cruise?
I have never.
Never.
The flush is so strong. Like, it is the strongest flush you will ever hear in your. It's like nothing is surviving this flush.
Compared to, I'm thinking
Compared
of like
to
an
any other toilet.
airplane.
Me too,
An
yeah.
airplane is what I'm thinking of, which
Yes,
feels like
even
you're on a space shuttle.
2-3 times stronger than that.
That's crazy.
And I wonder, I've been on many cruises. I've been on like 10 or 11. So, but I noticed on this cruise, on this Carnival boat, that flush was strong as hell. So they was like, they was doing something.
I
They were
don't
doing
get
something.
it. Why?
I don't, to make sure that it didn't turn into a poop cruise.
But that's
I
not
just gotta
what...
go. It's got to probably travel farther and faster than your normal plumbing.
So the poop cruise
Tell us about it.
happened because there was a fire in the electrical room.
Yeah, so this is on Netflix. It's Trainwreck Poop Cruise. It chronicles, what do we say, 2014. This was the Carnival Triumph. It was a big, wide news story that captured all of America's attention. The documentary kind of covers this. Just to recap it very quickly, this cruise, it loses power because there's a fire in the engine room.
And it burns through all of the electrical cables.
And so the ship loses power, and one of the main effects of it losing power is that everything stops working, including the toilets.
But is that why? Even having watched it, I'm like, that was why? Because the toilets themselves
Relied on
Electricity.
electrical power, yeah.
Okay. But like our toilets don't rely on electricity.
I mean,
True or false?
ours at home does, but most American ones don't. Because I souped it up.
Yeah.
Pimp-
I heard about it. He
pimp
texted
my
me. It was
toilet,
like,
yeah.
He
Yeah.
texted me. It was like, yo, I got a power toilet now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, our toilet has Wi-Fi, but like I don't recommend that. to
No,
everybody
I
else.
remember the day that you said, "Hey, I know that you watched the cartoon Recess growing up. Well, check this out." And it was like covered in decals of like Mikey and TJ and you know.
Wait, what? What is the
What
recess
connection did you
What is
just
the what's the recess connection to electricity?
This is a trope from Pimp My Ride.
Oh,
okay.
I see.
Where
the line. Yeah.
They're like, "You like movies? We put a DVD player in the back of your car."
I see.
Yeah.
I
You know.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
We tricked out the toilet. So the plumbing stops, and then passengers are given little red bags to do their stuff into. And
Yeah,
that
because
is
the
one of
toilets won't flush. So the solution that the cruise director, the British cruise director, comes up with, she said it half joking, and she's like, "Well, they could pee in the shower," and then they're like, Yeah, they could pee in the shower. So she has to go on the intercom and instruct everyone to pee in the shower, and then. For the number twos, they were distributing red biohazard bags. And
Interesting.
Yeah, and that was like, it's only like a 40-minute long program,
Yeah.
and the number of times that they have people say over and over again, like, poop in a little red bag. Like, I'm supposed to do what in this little red bag? You're giving me a red baggie to do a number two in? Like, it was like again and again and again and again and again. But that is the main set piece of the poop cruise. Well,
the poop in the bag.
the poop in the bag, but I would say it was also the sewage that came up and soaked the carpet.
Yeah. That would be. Listen, let me tell you. I'm unapologetically a fan of cruises.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could talk many people into, not talk people into going on a cruise with me, but if you were on a cruise with me, you would have a good time.
Really funny distinctions.
I've
good
taken,
sell.
we all know, I've taken like an entire Herald team on a cruise before, and we had a fantastic time. However, like on that boat, on any boat, if that were to happen, it would ruin it for me because that would be so disgusting.
Yeah.
They do a good job of walking everybody through the timeline of this experience, because they're talking to, I think there's like 3 main folks they're interviewing. There's one that's like a group of 3 women who are on kind of like a bachelorette type trip.
Yeah, one of them is getting married, and she's flanked by her 2 bridesmaids. They were two out of 3 of them were pretty tough for me.
Yeah, quite the like quintessential bridesmaids who are like here to have a fucking good time type characters. Very fun to follow and not the most likable. And then one is like a father-daughter, like a young like 12-year-old daughter, and on a trip with her dad.
So when they're being interviewed, she's like
20 something,
12
22,
plus 10
yeah.
equals 22.
And then the third was a guy who's on a trip where he's with his soon-to-be in-laws, and so he's in this kind of dynamic of he's getting ready to ask the father of his girlfriend.
He already did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when they went
marry?
on, he had just.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So the 3 people because you also said something that was interesting to me. You said the cruise director, the way they portrayed it was the cruise director was the one like making decisions.
Yeah.
Which, as a person who's done cruises, that is not true.
Right. So I guess they never called her the cruise director.
Oh, okay.
I just thought that maybe that's what she was.
Again, I believed you.
She was like described as like the voice of the ship. She was the
Yeah.
one that would like make all the announcements.
Which is the cruise director.
Cool.
And she's the one who's like,
The entertainment.
Yes,
Yeah, so that is a
babysitting
cruise
the kind of-
director.
okay.
Which, like, if they portrayed her, it would be the captain who was actually making the decisions. Yeah, the cruise director is just in charge of entertainment.
One thing that they did that I thought was really interesting was like the setting that they're interviewing all these people in. They try to kind of mimic the cruise ship type setting. So like one of the guys is being interviewed in a place that looks like the ship's arcade kind of thing. The bridesmaids are kind of interviewed like at the bar sort of thing. And they did another piece that I thought was really interesting where they in this faux cruise ship type setting, they play the real announcements that were made during the thing over the intercom. So they're making them kind of like live through the announcements again and going like, oh God, this is like taking me back.
did you wonder like how they got those recordings? Like I was like, who was recording this?
They keep them recorded on the ship.
Wow.
Like, I do
Okay.
know that.
Yeah.
I've had my name announced over a ship before.
Oh.
For what reason?
I'll tell you a little story. My first ever cruise I went on.
Okay.
I was 16 years old, and teenager, met a group of teenagers, and I was staying overnight in a girl's room, in a girl's cabin. As a teenager, I did not tell my mom I was not coming back to the room. And at like 3 a.m, like the phone rings, and of course we don't answer. And then at 8 a.m, I hear my name over the loudspeaker. Will Jacquis come back to his room? Will you please go to your room?
Oh my God.
I got up, went to my room. My mom was in the dark on the side of the bed sobbing because she thought, I still apologize. Mom, I'm so sorry. I still apologize for this
thought
every
you went
couple years.
overboard.
She thought I died.
Yeah.
But like,
Ooh.
per international rules, they could not announce my name. They could not get on a loudspeaker between X hours and X hours. So that's what that call was. They were calling
no.
every single room on the ship to see
Oh,
if I was in the room.
no.
And I was just like, if I had fallen off the boat, y'all can't make an announcement?
That's weird.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but they would have had to declare some type of emergency to do that, which I'm assuming in this instance, it is an emergency, at which point all of those things can be recorded for preservation and things like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a world unto itself.
It's crazy.
I still
Would you
remember
guys
that.
go?
I
Would
still
you guys go
remember
on a cruise now?
that scene in I was just thinking about that scene in Titanic where Jack and Rose are hooking up and then Jack's mom is calling the room. You remember
Right.
that?
I do remember that.
Rose, where are you?
Yeah, Rose's mom too.
Meanwhile, Rose's hand is sliding
Yeah.
down the glass.
Smearing the glass on that car.
I got as annoyed as I was by the bridal party, which was mostly just because I didn't relate to them. Like, they were drinking harder than I am capable of doing, and they were so put out that they couldn't get a drink during the time when sewage was coming up through the floors. And then when they opened the bar, they were like, rock on, let's ride. And then when they closed the bar, because people started, getting in fights, I guess.
Of course.
And one of them said, like, okay, so then that was a little bit like, okay, well, at least we've reclaimed some of our fun. And I just was like, I don't relate. If I were in this situation, I felt like to his code, it was such an insult to say that somebody couldn't handle their liquor, that he didn't even want to put it on them, this like Texan, he was like, I don't know if they can't handle their liquor or something, and they started getting in fights. I was like, cool.
I love it.
He was great. Yeah, he was awesome. So he's worth watching for me, just alone.
Worth a watch. Easy
Worth
watch.
a watch. I have one quick pitch or question for you guys based off of this. So famously, the rule, like the captain has to go down with the ship, right? Or if you don't know that is law, or else you will go to jail. Which I'm like, send me the fuck to jail. At least I'm alive.
That's law. Wow.
That is a law.
That was law.
If the boat is going down, you as the captain, if there is any souls left on that boat, you have to go down with the ship.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be like, I'm the first motherfucker off that boat. Which is why I could never be a captain. Do you guys think you could be a captain? And if not, I wonder, is there a show of like, let's put 6 people in a room to see who's best suited to be a captain, and like that's the ultimate test is, will you go down with the ship?
I like that. I would watch that reality show.
I would watch that.
I would never become a captain, not because
for that reason.
For that reason, just too much stress, too much responsibility. I could be a cruise director.
You would be a fun cruise director.
Thanks.
My question is, if the captain saves everyone or gets everyone off safely, does he still have to go down with the ship?
Hey man, you locked on this boat.
Yeah.
You can't get up. No, once you get every
Is he
soul
gonna get
off,
arrested?
You would,
Is it like
you would, yeah, you would.
He's like,
You would be
no,
hugging the boat.
stay up there, captain.
Everyone would be off, and
yeah.
you would stay. You would.
Right.
Okay, besides Poop Cruise, I have returned to the sandy shores of Bachelor in Paradise.
Bachelor in Paradise.
So you're familiar with that theme song, which isn't. So this is an interesting situation because it's season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise, and it is a brand new team at the helm.
In that, you mean like the production team?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've watched every season of Bachelor in Paradise that has ever been, 1 through 9. Have you as well, Jacquis?
I have. This will be so. I do a Bachelor podcast,
Right.
And I only watched the Bachelorette franchise. I've never watched Paradise besides an episode or 2. This will be the first season that I'm watching.
They have moved from Mexico to Costa Rica to a resort. So they moved from being on a beach to a resort that is beachfront, but still. They're in air-conditioned hotel rooms, and they're mostly around. It feels very. They were around a pool for the Mexico location, but it also was just. There was a more natural, jungly, organic vibe that this setting doesn't have.
They won't be as sweaty.
They will not be as sweaty, which interestingly I found that I was disappointed by. Not because.
I meant that genuinely. Like,
Yeah.
It won't be as like. There's something about that. Like I've seen
is
episodes.
something
There's
about
something
that.
about that. Like it feels like you are in the thick of it, and so that makes you even. Yeah, it just feels more like a vacation, which makes it feel like, oh, I'm here to have sex.
Something about the lessened glamour of it, and the lessened kind of like sheen of perfection and the loss of control over your hair frizz and sweat glands. Like there's something about it that made it feel more real. And I liked that they were staying in some kind of like bunk bed, no AC situation. We didn't even spend time in there with them, but it just felt like they were suffering or sacrificing to be in this situation, as opposed to now, where combined with the new glossy vibe of the production, it just feels less organic, and I don't like it as much. And I might just be afraid of new things, and I'm gonna keep watching. I will say, I don't know if this was because of the production or because I have changed as a person, but I was like utterly bored and honestly really angry at all of the contestants for the first like 40 minutes of it. It finally picked up at the end for me when two boys got in a fight.
Yeah.
And and that is why I watch reality television. I watch reality TV to see one person say to another person, well, if that's fine, but then just don't ask my opinion. And the first person get to go, I literally didn't. You volunteered your opinion to me. I did not ask you what you thought about this. One of them calls the other one vanilla, just kind of like labels him vanilla, and his choice is vanilla. And
Who is this?
it was Ricky.
Okay.
Said it to shoot. Was it Hakeem?
I think Hakeem sounds right.
Yeah.
Hakeem, big big-eyed Hakeem.
Big old big-eyed
Big old-eyed Hakeem.
Yeah, exactly. There he is. Yeah. I was
Hillary was trying to explain to me that they use Hakeem on the like interview portions where they, what are those called?
The live broadcast.
The live
shows.
broadcast that they use Hakeem in the audience a lot to like cut to him for reaction shots because he gives like really big-eyed reaction.
The worst, most questionable change to me is that it is more fictionalized.
I hate that. Because the Bachelor, even though I'm on the Bachelor podcast, I think the reason like the fans of that show love me is because I also like, I'm like, I don't understand this show. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And never will. Also, like, I'm getting too old to be watching these 20-year-olds
Totally.
fall in love. But the part, you know, and that's another reason why, even though I've not watched Bachelor in Paradise, I've always felt it was a more fun version of the show, because the thing that with the Bachelor franchise that annoys me is like, these are not real dates.
Yeah.
These are not real dates. I'm not going to take you on a date in the middle of a fucking mall, like where nobody else is at, and I'm playing a grand piano to you. Like that's not how dates work. And then when we get, and which is why a lot of those relationships don't last, because they get in the real world and be like, damn, we just got to go to Denny's.
Yeah.
So like, the Bachelor in Paradise is more fun because they're all there, they stay there.
And it's not a psychotic gender dynamic breakdown where it's one person of one gender and a million people
and
of the
a million
other gender.
other people.
Yeah.
So hearing that they are making it feel more fictionalized is very disappointing.
I know they wrote them intros, I believe, but then they also do these kind of, they're intended to be comedic asides almost. So you're thinking,
there was one that was it was like in the middle of a date, they're on a boat, and then they cut to like the talking head
Dale
kind of,
and Kat.
Dale and Kat. They talk to the like talking head interview, and Kat's kind of like, I'm having this moment, and I'm watching him, and I'm like, he can be my captain. And then we cut to this like dream kind of sequence where it's like Dale has now got a captain hat on and he's spraying,
I didn't even notice that.
And
that was a real gorilla through the circle for me.
Yeah, and it's very like, it's supposed to be this like, oh, this is what she's envisioning in her head.
He's
and
like
it's just like,
spraying
you guys,
sunscreen into his shorts, and she's being like, the first mate to my second mate,
exactly,
the steward
like
to my what. It's just going on. And
that
on.
is Jacquis. My exact reaction was like, they had to shoot this. So it's like, now we're gonna film this fun thing for you guys, and it just feels stupid. It never feels like it's worth the time they took.
Right. That was also your comment.
Yeah.
And I felt so Scott. I don't know how to say his last name. Oh, Teddy. T-E-T-I. Do we think? Scott Teddy. He previously worked on Summer House and Claim to Fame, and he's been named the new showrunner for this season.
Interesting.
So I love Summer House. And I don't know what Claim... Oh, no, I do know what Claim to Fame is. Okay, so Claim to Fame was...
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain it?
It's the show where they have people who are related to famous people, and you have to guess who they're related to.
They like live in a house and do challenges and protect that information that they're like Kenny Chesney's second cousin or whatever, and you have to guess. So
like I do with my uncle Scott Baio.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Sorry,
I said it.
Dang it.
I mean, listen, you're not the only one. I do that with my great uncle O.J. Sal.
Oh shoot, you said it.
said it.
Cat's out of the bag.
So I felt I wouldn't have known that those were the shows that this person worked on having watched this. To me, it felt very informed by Love is Blind on Netflix. They even are using,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about cameras.
That's disappointing.
They're using something like the camera, it looks like it's like high def and then everything's blurred in the background. It looks really stylized and it feels like they're making soapier statements in a way where I'm like, is this a freeform show? You know?
Yeah.
Or is this a bunch of adults making terrible decisions in the pursuit of their ego and followers?
Yeah.
Because I'd like it to be the latter.
Yeah, that's disappointing because like there is something, you know, there's a lot of these shows out now.
Yeah.
You know, the Love Islands, the Love is Blinds, the Circles, all these shows where there's something OG about The Bachelor, as insane and unbelievable as it is. Then I'm like, you don't have to go be like the people who are trying to be like you. Like, you don't
have to go be like the people who are trying to be like you.
Like
Yeah.
that you are the model
Yeah.
that everybody is broken from to try to, like, you know, be better, blah blah blah, but you are the foundation. You
Right.
don't have to go now
Yeah.
be like that.
Right.
I will say, as someone who already has trouble distinguishing between a lot of these reality shows, you don't need to flatten the landscape even more. So it's like we're even more the same, and
Yeah.
the conceits and
Yeah.
the way that they pull it off is all very like onesie. You know,
Yeah.
I don't need to see that.
That all said, as frustrated
You will
as
be
I
watching.
was with the show, it felt like it took forever to watch. I was so mad at everyone. I was so bored by a ton of people. When they played the trailer for the coming season,
You ran.
just when I think I'm out, what's the phrase? Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
Yeah, Hillary, do you know what movie that's from?
The Godfather
Part
2.
3.
Okay.
Actually.
Well,
the
pretty
worst
good.
one.
The worst one. Yeah.
Pretty good for a girl who's never seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was fully re-engaged watching the most dramatic moments
Cool.
of the season cut together.
What caught your attention in the trailer?
Well, obviously, it's when the contestants of the Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette join.
Oh, they are
the
there.
Young people
Yes.
at the
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I forgot that's the new addition this season.
That's the new addition this season.
Yes.
They
And
wheel them in.
They wheel them on in.
That's gonna
great.
be
I'm
that
down
might
for
be
that.
interesting.
Correct.
That might
I think
be
it really will be.
interesting, like mixing the ages.
Because I'm also like they have some young contestants doing VO saying they are here. They really came here to party, and they have all these
Oh.
shots of them doing like body shots.
Let me
the
tell
older
you
contestants.
guys, as a former tour guide and as a former driver of party buses, the wildest groups
Yeah.
that I ever had
Yeah.
were not young adults, not college students, not people my age. It was middle-aged white women.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
I've been offered more drinks, more drugs by middle-aged white women while I'm
Wow.
driving them around.
I feel like there was a third one that you censored yourself from saying.
But you are correct.
Yeah.
and because and like, you know, this is my diagnosis. I feel like they have the need to show that I'm still fun. I still got it. I
brutal.
still
Yeah.
and then also, you know, they are breaking away from like everyday life, and
Right.
they appreciate being on vacation more.
Yeah.
It is. They are the wildest group of people that I've ever driven around on a party ever. Hands down.
Wow.
There's got to be like a bit of like rubber banding going on there, where it's like we've been pent up so much, and you
Yeah.
kind of like snap it.
It
and
just
they go
snap.
nuts.
Yeah, it's wild.
We're getting Golden Bachelor people. Is my boy Gary, the Golden Bachelor himself, coming back? Or is
Not
he
that
still...
I saw,
No.
but maybe
I
they're
love that.
saving it as a weird cameo
he
that
need
wouldn't
to-
excite anyone.
I think Gary needs to just hang it
Yeah,
up.
he's gonna chill. He's gonna chill.
I'm so excited to be here on the beach of Costa Rica.
Nice. He's
And
a
me,
great
what was
Gary.
his wife's?
Teresa?
or is it- me and Teresa are still together.
They're
but-
not.
Oh, they're not.
Oh,
no,
they broke up
no,
pretty
no.
quick.
We want to, Teresa's donezo.
Yeah.
So I'm ready.
So. Yeah. But we get a lot of Gary's contestants there.
Okay.
And they get to hook up literally with Joan's contestants. And so, yeah. And also, you know why I'm excited about that? The Golden Bachelorette was the first time that I tapped out on a Bachelor franchise. I mean, we watched during the pandemic, we watched The Music of Love or whatever that one was called.
She annoyed me though.
Joan?
Yeah. That season annoyed the hell out of me too.
Why?
If I had to hear about her dead husband one more time.
So that
A full hand slap.
that was why I tapped out, and it's not because I'm as cold-hearted as you are, but it was the same sentiment because I was like, this is so excruciating and
Yeah.
so sad and so depressing and so scary
Like,
to me to watch all the contestants and Joan, all of them grieve and
Yeah.
relive the trauma of
too
losing their
much.
life partner. I was like, I cannot be doing this for entertainment.
All right, we're back. And I've got a little game for y'all from our friend Matt Walsh. The Bear
Maddie.
on Hulu, as
Yeah.
you know, is about a dysfunctional family business where the food is really good. Now, Matt has noticed there have been some other shows about family businesses with the food varying in quality. So what we're going to guess for this one is what TV show the following foods or meals are associated with.
I love me some food.
So I give
too.
you all the food.
Yeah.
You just have to remember the show.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
this.
All right, let's start with this one. I think this is a good entry point here. A gabagool sandwich, cappuccino with provolone and vinegar peppers.
A gabagool sandwich?
Yeah.
Do you have it?
That sounds Italian. So I'm going to assume it's The Sopranos. But I've never watched The Sopranos, so I don't know.
I also believe that it is The Sopranos.
You're both right. It's The Sopranos. It was Tony's favorite sandwich.
The gabagool.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that I feel like I've heard people reference it jokingly, and I don't even know if I've seen him. I don't know. I haven't finished The Sopranos, so I'm like, I don't know if I saw him get to the sandwich.
Yeah, I think just the word gabagool,
Gabagool.
itself is pretty iconic.
I was going to say, is anyone here Italian?
No.
Anyone here?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
just out of us three?
Just us three. Yeah. Just us three. Is anybody here Italian?
No,
Okay.
no,
All right.
Just to toss it out there.
It was nice of him to ask.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice.
All right, next up, fried catfish, chicken and dumplings, and a type of pudding that might give it away. So I'll tell you what type of
Fried
pudding it is
catfish, chicken, and dumplings. Now, this sounds black.
Okay, yeah.
It
I was going to
sounds
say,
black.
yeah, Southern.
But it's Southern, which
Yeah.
could be still white, I guess. White people live in the South too.
later. Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the right track. I'll say don't think too black for this one.
Okay, that takes me away from black.
It's a clue I often give.
Fried catfish and chicken and dumplings.
Okay, this
interesting.
is a TV show.
TV show.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Off the top of my head, I'm like Designing Women was set in the South. Okay. I mean,
More current than that.
more current. All right.
And a pudding that's like a fruit and nut custard dessert. No, don't think about the pudding. It's gonna throw you off.
Okay.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this is wrong, but I'm just gonna say Breaking Bad. Like maybe she cooked.
Okay, give
Or
me
she-
the pudding. What's the pudding?
Okay.
I want all the info.
Okay.
The pudding is called Ozark pudding, which is a
Oh.
fruit and nut custard dessert. So, Jacquis, your
But
guess,
it's
your
gonna-
guess is already locked in. Hillary, do you have a guess?
No, I really don't. So I'll just kind of throw a dartboard at the wall and say, I don't know, Ozark.
Yeah, it was Ozark. All right, Hillary just took the lead completely fairly.
To
as
be
well.
fair, Hillary said Designing Women first.
Next up, lamprey pie, pigeon pie, suckling pig, mead wine, and mutton stew. These are some classics from this show.
Oh,
This
okay, I have a
sounds
guess.
old. I have a guess
Yeah,
too.
it does sound old.
What is your guess?
My guess is Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Okay.
Where my brain went first, I was like, sounds British, and then I was like, I literally thought Faulty Towers, and that is not a joke. I don't know why my brain goes to sitcoms from the 80s for these
Listen, I
first
love
and
it.
foremost, but I'm
love
gonna
it.
stick with Game of Thrones.
I'm also
Jacquis?
going to say Game of Thrones.
You're both correct. It's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Those are Lannister family classics, those
The
meals.
Lannister
We're
family
working together
cookbook.
now. We're
Yeah.
not.
Next up, from the local diner in this show, Hawaiian pizza, Hawaiian beef skewers, and Hawaiian curry.
The local diner.
There's a clue in there for the location.
I'm going to honor Rekha, even though I know this is wrong. I'm going to honor our good friend and co-host Rekha and say Frasier.
It was Designing Women. No, I'm just kidding. This was Schitt's Creek. Was the answer.
Oh, okay.
I did not watch
I didn't
Schitt's
get
Creek.
that far.
So I gotta.
funny.
I'm gonna get you back on track. I'll toss you another gimme. Here we go.
Okay.
Frozen bananas. And I will give you a little bit more if you need it. But
I
let's
know
see if
it.
we can get
Do you know
right.
it?
Hillary's got it.
Bananas, no.
Okay.
There's
I feel like I don't know
They
shit.
sell it out of a banana stand.
There's always money in the
Always
banana
money in the
stand.
banana stand.
There's always money in the bananas. stand.
That's why you always leave a note.
Well, I think we just hit like a blind spot for Jacquis here.
Yeah, I also hate bananas, so this is a blind spot for
Let's see
me.
if this gets you there.
Voluntary.
Bluth's.
Yeah.
Bluth's frozen bananas.
Arrested Development.
Hell yeah, Arrested
Okay.
Development. There we go.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Steak and potatoes, fried bread with scrambled eggs and salsa. Let me give you that one more time. Steak and potatoes, fried bread with scrambled eggs and salsa.
He's a Texas Ranger. He's a Walker Texas Ranger.
Feels right. Feels kind of in that zone.
Is it the Connors?
No,
Okay.
but that was your guess, so you're out.
Dang it.
I'm gonna say
Steak and
steak potatoes.
Oh my God.
You probably got the right answer.
I think I know.
I'm gonna say Texas Ranger Walker, whatever his name is. But what is it?
Walker Texas Ranger is your final guess.
It's Better Call Saul.
No,
Oh.
it is not. It is Yellowstone.
Oh, I don't watch.
I
that.
thought you were doing your mic from Better Call Saul.
All right, this is a smoothie from the season 4 finale of this show that includes milk, frozen bread, cinnamon, Tabasco, raw egg, cocoa powder, and Branston pickles.
I have literally no idea.
This is an HBO show, and if you haven't watched it, you're fucked.
I'm fucked.
A HBO show.
An HBO show about family and business.
Family Succession.
Yeah, Succession, nailed it. It's a tie.
Wow, good job,
Yeah.
I did so good. Thank you. You did great.
Welcome back to Because You Watched. I've got something that I'd like to pull out of my vault, from the vault, and talk about. It's a little movie called 16 Candles. I watched that movie many times as a teenager. I still have sound bites from it that like play in my head. Ali hadn't watched it. We were looking for something to put on the other night, and we decided on 16 Candles. For me, it was like, oh, wow, I'm going to watch this thing that I haven't watched in a million years. And for Ali, it was the first time he'd ever seen it. And here's what happened. It was too racist for somebody to enjoy having seen it for the first time. And for somebody who once really loved it, it was equal parts too racist to enjoy. And also, I still was able to enjoy the lines and deliveries that had nothing to do with the character Long Duck Dong, which is just such a bummer. Such a bummer. Have you seen it, Jacquis?
I've seen it, but it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen it in probably 15 plus years.
Doesn't feel good on the rewatch.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
feel good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one. I mean, I had seen clips of the Long Duck Dong stuff, but I'd never watched the movie, and it's one that like we got to reserve that just for like university classes on media now because it's bad.
It's
man.
bad. It's
Yeah.
really bad. And it was so I thought that I was going to be able to like recite like 70% of the lines, and first of all I couldn't. But I did find that as like upsetting as it was to watch those scenes, I also had a new appreciation for the actors in the more minor roles. I really appreciated Joan Cusack's cameo in that. She still made me laugh on this rewatch. And I still liked watching Anthony Michael Hall, not to be confused with the Dexter actor Michael C. Hall.
So there was no serial killing in this version?
Not in this one. And I will say, this is such a crazy thing to say. Maybe I just fully have my blinders on from this being a movie that I used to watch as a teenager. But the way that people played drunk or intoxicated in this film was interesting to me, because I think that's an incredibly difficult thing to do, and it's usually really annoying. And there were portrayals that were annoying and over the top, but I didn't feel like they were completely off the mark. And there were some that I actually felt like the two friends who were crawling on their hands and knees wearing furs and pearls. I thought that they were honestly, I was like, that's exactly how drunk teenagers act. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So can I recommend it in this day and age? Not really.
Yeah, it was a tough watch for me, and I think this was the movie that made me realize, like, oh, I think the only John Hughes movie that I kind of fucked with was Ferris Bueller. Like the other one, like this one was rough. The other ones were just kind of like, you know.
I felt that way. I feel that way about John Hughes in general. And
do you not like Ferris Bueller?
Ferris Bueller is fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I have like such a special place in my heart for Ferris Bueller. I think it's like full of unique choices, quirky choices, and it's like done in a way. And then also on rewatch, I very much had the thought of like, oh, this is like a guy just demonstrating white privilege through the whole movie. Like he's getting away with so much shit.
Yeah, totally.
But I feel like it has a refinement that wasn't quite there for 16
He's getting
Candles.
away with murder, just like Dexter.
Bam, Michael C. Hall.
Tied it all together.
Yeah, John Hughes is, I mean, all those movies, honestly, the movies were boring for me. Two, they were also so incredibly white.
Yeah.
So like a lot of those movies we were not watching growing up. I was not watching growing up. Ferris Bueller is fun. It's probably the more fun one of the movies. And then also, you know, it has the Chicago lens. But 16 Candles is, I remember watching it and was like, oh yeah, I never have to watch this again.
Totally.
And what was the other one where they were in detention?
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club was like, also boring.
How about Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I actually do like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But I have not seen it in a very long time, so I wonder how I would feel about it now.
I appreciate that because it's like one of the few Thanksgiving movies that exists.
Yeah.
And I am highly seasonally specific.
Also, John Hughes did, I know it was directed by Christopher, not Columbus. Christopher Columbus. Okay. But that would that be considered a John Hughes movie as well? Yes. Home Alone? Okay, so I think I like the family comedy, but all the like
the
coming of
ones,
age stories that John Hughes, I was like, I can do without all of those. Because one, that doesn't represent anybody coming of age that I've ever grew up with.
Yeah.
And two, it's just so boring. But
I like that take on them.
Yeah. I do love Home Alone though.
Yeah. Okay. What do you have that you're
You know what I have?
on?
It's not in the vault. It is just come out of the theaters, and it is now ready for everyone to watch, and it is Sinners.
Hell yeah.
Sinners is on HBO Max. I actually just bought the physical media copy of Sinners. Like I bought the 4K Blu-ray because I haven't bought a Blu-ray in probably like 10 years.
Do you remember what the last one was that you bought?
I do not. I really do not. But it's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. But I wanted to, because I have a 4K TV, so I was like, I want to like get because I've seen it in the 70 millimeter. And I was like, I want to get as close to that at home as I can get.
That's cool.
So I bought the physical copy, but it is on HBO Max, which you can watch in 4K if you pay for the 4K subscription or whatever. But if anybody did not see it, please go watch it. It's such a good movie. Such good rewatchability. I would actually recommend watching it with the intention of watching it twice, because watching it the second time is a really, really fun watch.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily view it as a horror movie, but it is classified as a horror movie. But yeah, this movie was amazing and quietly released, I feel like, on HBO Max. Like I feel like I just opened Max one day and it was like on the front page. I was like, oh,
this
Sinners
is the first
out.
that I'm hearing about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it was kind of quietly released, which is so disappointing
Yeah.
to me today. Not the sinners of it, just in general. Like, I remember when getting the DVD of the movie was just as exciting as the movie release, because you could finally, like, I can finally own that movie.
Yeah.
You get it now in 4K because like there is something just visually so fucking stunning about this
It
movie.
is.
That's like, I mean, like visually and also audio wise. There's like
It's beautiful.
there's like one sequence in particular that is like transcendent almost, like that you just, it's a journey. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to like hype it up too much, but there's like, this movie does so many cool things very fucking well. I think it's gonna be really cool to rewatch. I don't have anything from the vault, but I have something from Sinners that it was making some headlines a little bit. Sinners is making history in a way with this HBO Max release, because it's going to be the first movie released where you can choose to watch it also with the Black American Sign Language
that's so
on
dope.
it. It's the first time a streaming service has interpreted a film into BASL, which
That's
is really
so
cool.
fucking dope.
And just
I grew
at
up in
home.
a Black American ASL household.
No
My
Oh, I had no
aunt-
idea. Whoa.
My aunt was deaf. My mom is certified to teach ASL. So I grew up around ASL literally
Wow.
my entire life. That's really dope.
That's
Wow,
really cool.
That's
really
wild.
dope. Yeah.
Do you understand it, I assume?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm the baby of the family, so I was not taught as much as the rest of my family was.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna actually jump in some ASL classes so I can learn
Cool.
a little bit more. But
So is ASL different, it sounds like, than BSL?
Yeah. This is according to this like press release thing. BASL is a distinct dialect of ASL with its own dynamic history and unique grammar, signing space, rhythm, facial expressions, and cultural nuances.
So cool.
that's so dope.
yeah.
And that's what I grew up with. And then ASL just in general, like if you are around the deaf and hard of hearing community, you'll recognize with the ASL that's taught is very quickly not what is spoken amongst those in that community.
Man,
just like us, you know.
Yeah. I bet that your Blu-ray has that.
Shit,
yeah.
that would be tight.
Yeah.
That would be tight. That's so cool, man. I love that.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to, I would assume that Ryan Coogler had a lot to do with that. And, like, shout out to filmmakers who are thoughtful. Like, because even with that movie, like, I saw the trailer for it and thought, oh, it's going to be cool. But what got me excited, and I think more movies should do this, was just hearing Ryan Coogler, one, not code switch, but two, nerd out on like film. Like that was the best marketing that a movie has ever had before a movie. I was like, damn, this nigga made me this motherfucker made me want to like go watch this shit like in IMAX 70. I was like, this is great. It was the best promotional like tactic.
That's so pure.
Yeah, it was great. It was
Cool.
great.
Yeah,
And
it was
so
like this is what he's excited about. That's the version
Yeah.
I want to watch. You know,
That's
it's really
tight.
cool. The other thing that was neat about the Ryan Coogler deal that he got with this was another piece that like made a lot of headlines. Was he was able to work it out. I think he had like shopped it around, and like some places said no, and then he was able to get a version of this deal, which was after I think 10 years, the ownership of the movie.
I, who don't know
Oh,
anything,
it's 20
thought
years?
it was
Yeah, it was like
25.
20 years. Yeah.
25
It's been a while
years,
since
yeah.
I read the story.
Yeah, I think it was 25.
Yeah, 25 years later, he is able to, the ownership reverts back to him, which is kind of like an unheard of sort of deal. I think like Tarantino is another one who like has that baked into some of
Carved
his
that out,
contracts
yeah.
as well.
I love it. Watch it. Go watch it on Max. It's definitely a great movie to watch. And, support filmmakers who are doing dope stuff like that, because we don't get that too often, especially filmmakers of color, for a couple reasons. One, we're not allowed to take swings like that as often. But then, studios aren't usually taking the risks that we think they should be taking. And, like, this movie was a big risk in that way, and it paid off.
Yeah.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
This is because you watched.
Bye.